back. BJ here from BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm here to tell you what's new at Joe Canals in Marlton. Oh, again, I forgot to put the... That is not what I meant to do. I'm trying to scroll here. I really need the mouse. Alright. So, as you can see, not much on the one shelf. From River Horse, we have Cranberry Triple Horse. Cranberry Triple Horse is a 10% Belgian-style cranberry ale. In addition to this, over in the fridge we have, from Lawson's Finest Liquid, we have Epic Sip. Epic Sip is a 9.5% Imperial IPA. From Obscura, as seen on DJ Drinks Beer, we have The Pudding. The Pudding is a 5.8% banana pudding ale. From Bonesaw, we have Cherry Cordial Queen. Cherry Cordial Queen is a 4.7% chocolate cherry cream ale. Finally, from Tonewood, we have Double Dry Hop Fuego. Double Dry Hop Fuego is a 6.2% modern American double dry hop IPA. We've got all of these and a whole lot more. So come on in to Joe Canals in Marlton this weekend. We'd love to see you here, but if not, you have a great weekend anyway. That's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. That was stupid. All right, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. Still working on my coffee. Got one for you from Yards, one from Two Roads, one from Ellicottville, I believe, and then THC beverages. So, yeah, let me just take a couple more sips of this coffee. We'll get started. I really need like an actual mouse. Whew. All right. So, doing the new arrivals early this week, doing the stream, doing everything early this week because pretty booked up this weekend. And with the holidays, everything's kind of crazy. So this was my only time I could do it until Monday, and it wasn't going to wait that long. I'm going, in addition to working tomorrow and Friday, I'm going to a wrestling show Friday night, and then working Saturday, and then going to a wrestling show Saturday night, and then Sunday I have 2 live streams on the wrestling channel, so I'm not going to have a chance to do this on Sunday. So now was my only opportunity, but yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Ooh, I have an Underberg. All right. Let me just put that aside, set you up with some tunes, and go ahead and set up the first beverage. We want to do here. Yeah. Something a little more upbeat. All right, that's good enough. I'll just lean back. This one is from Yards. I had this one a couple years back, but from what I hear, it's been completely revamped. It's a completely new beer, to my understanding. This one is called Filthy. It is an unfiltered hazy IPA, and it comes in at 6%. I don't know why I paused so long there. That was weird. Don't think there's anything on the can to read it. All right. So, get a light behind it. Come on. As you can see, pretty hazy. Uh, Definitely, I would not call it transparent. Oh man, the aroma's already jumping out of the glass. On the nose. Definitely getting notes of like pineapple, mango, a little bit of citrus, but more so tropical notes. Yeah, aroma comes off as being very juicy. I think this one's going to be very sweet. Let's give it a try. Okay. Not as sweet as I thought it would be, but it's definitely got some sweetness there to it. A little bit of back end bitterness, but nothing too bad. I would only think maybe 40 IBUs, if that. Yeah, the sweetness up front is nice. You definitely get notes of a little bit of orange, but mainly pineapple, maybe mango. Sits heavy on the palate. Um, Not the thinnest, obviously. The flake oats or you know the flake oats that they use to get it hazy. It's going to have a little more thickness to it. Yeah, slight back end bitterness, like I said. Very balanced. It comes together very nicely. I could see someone who isn't really into IPAs at all enjoying this one. Yeah, more citrusy than sweet on the front end. Or yeah, yeah, more citrusy than sweet. I didn't really get much citrus in the aroma, but it's coming through a little bit more here. Curious as to what this is hopped with. A Citra, I would think, is definitely involved. Yeah, I'm curious as to what else it might be hopped with, but I'm not curious enough to look it up right now. No, not going to do it. Yeah, yeah, the sweet juiciness up front fades really fast and bounces out with everything else, and nothing really peaks out in the finish. You know, hey, fair enough. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. No rush. No rush. Yeah, this one's very easy drinking. Pretty good flavor for a hazy IPA. A lot of hazies out there will just have no brightness to it, if you will, and it'll just be all about you get nothing, 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 and then the back end bitterness. And this one, I mean, you get that brightness up front, bounces out very nicely, and then it doesn't leave you too dry at all. Rick, if you're still there, I cannot wait till this Saturday. If you saw the prediction show, oh yeah, that's right, you commented. Um, yeah, man, can't wait to see what you'll be doing. Looking forward to it. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Instagram and YouTube. And while you're at that, why don't you give my other channel a follow? BJ and DG Talk Wrestling on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Yeah, man, if you're into wrestling or if you just can't get enough of me, go ahead. Like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. If you've had this one or anything else from Yards, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to try. Maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you would like to find this one, I can't help you currently, but this one will be available soon at Joke Mounds in Marlton. Brady. This one, the flavor is very nice. It's nothing that's going to blow anyone away, but for a hazy IPA, it's got decent flavor. It's everything you would want out of a hazy IPA, and none of, or not as much of the stuff that people think are unpleasant about IPAs. Like the back end bitterness isn't too bad. It's not really rich and malty. So I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. Yeah, I'll stick with that. 4 out of 5. A little more brightness up front, maybe a little more back end bitterness, and I would have rated it higher. But then again, that's just me. I know, everybody likes something different, and it's just my take on it. But compared to the version of this, my memory of the version of this that I had a few years back, this one is way better. That one came out at a time when everybody was about the New England IPAs, and if I remember correctly, like this originally didn't have a lot of back end bitterness at all, and it was just all sweet up front. And I like it now that it's balanced out, and yeah, 4 out of 5. If you haven't had anything from Yards and you're you're anywhere on the East Coast, I definitely recommend you check out some of what they do. And also, a lot of what they do, and I don't know exactly what, so you can go ahead and fact check if this appeals to you, but they don't advertise it, but I believe a lot of what they do is gluten free or gluten removed, something along those lines. So if you have a gluten intolerance and you can have a little bit, then Yards might be a good beer to check out. Yeah, and if you haven't had anything from Yards, Philly Pale Ale, phenomenal stuff. Brawler, Yards IPA, they just make some great stuff. And then the new stuff that they've been coming out with lately is really, really good too. They have the Pilsner I reviewed a while back. Can't think of the name. They Trash Talk I reviewed a while back. Very, very good stuff. And their Hazy Pale Ale that I reviewed a while back. That's really good stuff too. Yeah, so I'm willing to wager that if you try anything from Yards, you're not going to be disappointed. Well, that's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. But don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. I have at least 4 more beverages that I could potentially get to. 5, actually, because I just remembered I have a little something else in the fridge. Not in the fridge. I'm going to put that in the fridge. What am I even talking about? I'm talking about finishing this and grabbing my next one. Sit tight, ladies and gentlemen. I'll throw on some tunes and be right back. What do we got? What do we got? Do I have... Is that on here? How do I not have that on there? I gotta see if I can get that on here real quick. I'm trying to hear that right now. It would be in what folder? Music. Ah, there it is. Okay. Uploading, uploading, uploading. I hope you guys are happy that I wasted the time to upload this because I really wanted to hear it right now. Even though I literally have to take the headphones off to go and get the next beer. But yeah, no, I wanted you guys to hear this right now. So I'll be right back. All right. Figure since I have a couple of each, I'd go back and forth. You know, maybe. I wanted to go back to back beers, but I don't think a lemonade is going to break up the flow too much. Anyway, this one is from Layup. It is a THC infused beverage. It is a lemonade, 10 milligrams of THC. We got 72 calories, 18 grams carbs, 18 grams added sugar. All right. Well, that's a little higher than I would like, but you know, we'll give it a shot. Filtered water, cane sugar, lemon juice concentrate, citric acid, electrolytes, sodium citrate, monopotassium phosphate, cannabis emulsion, natural flavors, natural color. Okay, you had me until the natural flavors, natural color, but you know, like why natural color? It's lemonade. I don't need to color it. Not a lot of colors. As you can see, no need to get a light behind it. Looks like lemonade. On the nose. Smells like lemonade. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it's too sweet. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You know, it's fine, but it's just way too sweet. Uh, sweet and then like the sourness too, kind of. Yeah, yeah. It's not horrible. Like it tastes good, but between the sweetness and the sourness, it's just a little too much. Um, it's not quite full flavored. I would say, mid range when it comes to flavor intensity. But that sugar and that sourness really gets you. Um, yeah. Otherwise, I mean, it's what you would expect from a lemonade. It's literally just a lemonade. Um, Anything else to read over here? Not really. No. Hitting the green has never been easier. Oh, this is making it a little difficult. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Dreams Beer, and I'm on Instagram and YouTube. And while you're at that, why don't you give my other channel a follow? BJ and DG Talk Wrestling on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. If you've had this one or anything else from Layup, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting, maybe it's something you might want to try, maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, I cannot help you. This is one that I have not brought in to Joe Canals in Marlton, and I've reviewed one of these before a couple months ago, and the salesman just came by again, dropped off more samples, and honestly, I just don't have room on the shelf right now, and you're really gonna have to blow me away or like buy something out off the shelf to like get your product in. That's just how it is. But there are other ones in line ahead of this one. I haven't really been wowed by this one. I haven't, had anyone asking for it or anything. So, I wouldn't think it'll be available at Joe Canals and Marlton anytime soon. Very good. 2 out of 5. Flavor is fine. It's just way too sweet and sour. Yeah, 2 out of 5. And this is with Layup, this is what you get. I would think that the two I've had, if I remember correctly, the other one that I had was pretty similar to this. It was another lemonade. It's just like I think a raspberry lemonade, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, and that's what you're going to get with this brand. And honestly, there's just way better out there. At least it's not carbonated. That's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. Now I can drink a beer. So I have an IPA and a blueberry wheat. I'm definitely going to drink both. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to drink. Now, you know what? Let's go with the IPA. I just had an IPA. Yeah. And then I'll do the blueberry wheat after that. Yeah. Be right back. All right. Um, yeah, this one here. Hold on. Much better. This one here is from Two Roads. This one is a hazy double IPA coming in at 8.2%. This one's called Too Juicy. Anything fun on the can besides the can art? No. Can art's interesting. Let me analyze this real quick. What do we got here? We have a hop in like electric chair helmet, and that helmet looks like it's connected to two towers. I don't understand what's happening here, but I just hope I don't get electrocuted drinking this beer. Legit concern. Oh, it does. Yeah, there's something right. It says keep it juicy. Yeah, that's all. First thing I'm noticing is the color. Um, oh, it looks a little more golden in the glass. I mean, it came off looking like very West Coast during the pour. I don't know. Actually, yeah, on screen it looks a lot darker than it actually looks here. Let me get a light behind it. Come on. There it is. Yeah, okay. That's like more accurate to the color it looks to me. Yeah, it looks maybe it looks a little bit more like that to me. And yeah, it doesn't look that dark. Some camera tricks going on. But it did look a little bit darker pouring on the nose. Ooh. Uh I get like up front like almost a candy sweetness. Uh like a cotton candy kind of sweetness. No sign of bitterness anywhere in there. Yeah, just that cotton candy sweetness on the front. Let's give it a try. Okay. Yeah, that sweetness, it's definitely there, but it's not as intense in the sip as it is in the aroma. Um, it's been a long time, and I know I just reviewed an 8.2% double IPA, but I haven't really been drinking a lot of higher ABV IPAs lately, and I'm really noticing the booziness a lot more now. So I wonder, because this one I'm definitely at 8.2, I shouldn't be picking up booziness, but I am picking up a little bit. So I wonder if that's just that I haven't been drinking as many double IPAs lately. And honestly, like with the sweetness in this one, it should mask the booziness well. And it's not super boozy. It's not like, 10% Imperial Stout. It's not that kind of booziness. It's just very subtle. It's in the back end. Um, it kind of, you know what, that might even be just a hop bitterness, come to think of it. There might still be a hint of booziness in there, but on the back end, yeah, it's not an outright hop bitterness. It's very subtle, but I think it is the combination of that and the booziness that I'm getting on the back end. um, this one, it sits a little heavier on the palate. Yeah, that back end flavor, it starts off boozy, but then just kind of fades into subtle bitterness. It's weird. It's like the finish has its own life cycle. I don't know. But yeah, that upfront sweetness fades very quickly. Yeah. Now, after the taste buds acclimate a little bit, I'm not getting a lot of the sweetness at all. And mainly what I'm picking up is that back end bitterness. The booziness has kind of subsided a little bit as well. Yeah, once the taste buds acclimate, it's really like just kind of coming off like wonky, like a little unbalanced, and yeah, yeah, I don't know, it got weird. Uh, it lost all that upfront sweetness and just kind of now it's just a hazy double. I mean, it was always just a hazy double, but I mean, like now it's just an average hazy double IPA. Not saying it's horrible or anything, just in the aroma and in the initial first couple sips. I guess that was redundant. In the initial sips, um, I picked up a lot more sweetness than I am now. Now it's just like I'm looking at it like it's going to be a short to finish at this point. But oh god, if you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Instagram and YouTube. If you've had this one or anything else from Two Roads, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to try. Maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, I can help you. We do not currently have this one at Joe Canals in Marlton, and I do not shop anywhere else. Yeah, it's something. There's a possibility I could bring in to fill the shelf, but I think when I was talking to the salesman, um, I told him I'm way more likely to start with a variety pack and see how that does. So I don't know. We might have a new Two Roads variety pack on the shelf at Joe Canals in Marlton sometime soon. But as far as having this one in 16-ounce 4-pack, not happening. Rating. Three out of five. It's average, maybe a little above average, but there's nothing great about this one. It's not going to blow anyone away. And honestly, when I drink a double IPA, like I look for something that doesn't have booziness at this ABV, and I mean, you got to hide that better. It does blend in with the bitterness well, but it's just honestly, and again, this is just a me thing, but it's super unappealing. Like I said, this one feels like it's going to be a chore to finish at this point. And yeah, I remember enjoying this one a little bit more. And you know what? I remember enjoying, I think there was one called Hazy Boy from Two Roads that I really liked. And I do like some of what they do. I just haven't had them in a very long time. But now I believe they are partnered up with Yards in this little conglomerate they have going on. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I think that's what's happening now. But yeah, so I don't know. We might see him around a little more. Who knows? I don't know. That's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, hang out. Much more to come. My cutoff point is like 7:55. But I honestly don't think I'm going to be on that long. Um, but yeah, I'm going to take a minute to hang out, take a couple more sips of this thing, maybe take a sip of that. Yeah, if this were a contest, if this were a competition, Filthy blows Too Juicy away. But Filthy is not a double. It's only 6%. Double Filthy. Make it happen. That would actually, no, I'd be really interested in trying Double Filthy. Also, if you watch the channel, you may have seen I reviewed a couple of weeks ago Filthy Zero, a non-alcoholic version of Filthy. And I got to say, that was the best non-alcoholic IPA I've ever had. And I've reviewed a ton of them. I have a playlist on my YouTube of last January, and it was pretty much non-alcoholic beer and THC beverages. So there's a good basis for comparison there. And honestly, Yard's Filthy is the best NA IPA I've ever had. I'm just not enjoying this. Like, it's fine. It's fine, but let's just say I'm glad I didn't spend money on this one. Like, Filthy, I would buy. I would buy a 6-pack of Filthy. You're not going to catch me buying a 4-pack of Too Juicy. But, you know, to each their own. All right, get this away from me. Oh my God, we're only 40 minutes in. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, beer and a half of a THC beverage. Didn't even finish my coffee. Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking, yeah, no, I definitely go THC next. There's a new brand I've been wanting to check out. They're not new. I don't know how new they are. They're new to me, and I've been meaning to check them out. I got like a 2.5 milligram blueberry something or other, which I think I'm going to do, but then I also have a 10 milligram pineapple margarita, which I'm probably going to save for next week. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the blueberry because the beer I have to end the stream is a blueberry wheat. And yeah, that'll work. That'll work well. What? Said that'll work well. Yeah, it's just like not doing it. And like also, oh no, it's fresh. I don't know how a beer that I have in December that's an IPA has a best by date of April, but it's fresh. Because I've had one of these and it was not fresh, and it tasted like burning rubber. And I just kind of like got reminded of that. Not saying that this one tastes like that. That was just terrible. But I guess I'm tasting the evolution of what actually becomes that burning rubber taste right now, and I'm not digging it at all. All right. Time for some more THC. I really got to upload more songs. I'm like running out of. I don't really have anything. Okay. I don't have anything upbeat, but at least this isn't angry. Salute. That's right. That's not the version of this that I meant it to be. I uploaded the wrong version. Okay. I got worried because there was like hard to read print, and it's nothing that I have to read. So we're good here. And 2.5. Like why even? I don't know. And like I know I have crazy tolerance, but like 2.5 gonna do for anyone. Anyway. So this one is from Hypur. It is a blueberry lemon infused sorry. It is a blueberry lemon hemp infused beverage. Contains 2.5 milligrams of THC per can, Delta 9. 15 calories, 1 gram of sugar. Ingredients: osmosis water. Oh, sorry, reverse osmosis water. Something I can't pronounce. Erythritol. Blue agave syrup, natural flavor, citric acid, pink Himalayan sea salt, hemp cannabinoid emulsion, stevia. Well, that's disappointing, but all right. Let's get into it. Hypur. A pure, clean path to relaxation. Okay, no kind of color or anything. Put a light behind it, but I don't want to blind anyone. Ooh, already, you know, a foot and a half from it, and I'm already getting the aroma. On the nose. Okay. I mean, obviously blueberry. Not really. Okay, yeah. I am getting the lemon in the aroma. It's just very faint, and it's kind of more background. Um, let's give it a try. Okay. Not digging the artificial sweetener, the stevia. Maybe not artificial, but whatever. Not digging the stevia. Like that's the first thing that jumps out. But it doesn't have that like artificial sweetener aftertaste to it. The flavor is very good, low to mild flavor intensity. I would absolutely love this if it wasn't carbonated. Like, I get that everybody wants the seltzers and everything. I know. I kind of remember complaining about this a couple times on stream. But yeah, no, if this wasn't carbonated, I think I would enjoy it a lot more if it was just flavored water. But that's a me thing. I just got to, judge what's there. Um, yeah, the carbonation kind of takes it down a notch for me. And the stevia is like even though it's the last thing. It's sweet enough. I feel like it would be sweet enough without the stevia, but that's just me again. Yeah, very refreshing. Um, very light. Uh, Definitely enjoying the flavor. Yeah, it's just the carbonation. I didn't realize that like beer I expect to be carbonated and I'm fine with that, but like when it comes to stuff like this, I just feel like carbonate takes away from drinkability, just in general. I don't even think that's a me thing. But yeah, well, but then again, people want the carbonated. I don't know. I'll shut up about it. As the taste buds acclimate, I still have that. There's still that artificial flavor there, um, that I can't exactly put my finger on. Uh, Description wise, I know it's the stevia. Um, so there's still that artificial flavor, but the blueberry is popping a lot more, and the lemon has kind of stayed the same. And the lemon, honestly, just kind of, how do I put it? Like there's no sourness. I feel like there's not enough lemon. Like a little more lemon would really bump this up a notch. But as it is, like the lemon, it's noticeable if you try. It just kind of cuts into the intensity of the blueberry a little bit and dulls it down. But it doesn't add any sourness like this guy over here. It doesn't add any sourness or anything. Um, yeah, now I'm getting as you know, as I talk a little bit, I am getting like an artificial kind of aftertaste, and not thrilled about that, but at the same time, it's very subtle. A lot of these things, that's all you get in the back end. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Instagram and YouTube. And while you're at it, why don't you give my other channel a follow? BJ and DG Talk Wrestling on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. If you've had this one or anything else from High Pour, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to try. Maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, again, I can't help you. This one, I had some very nice salesmen come in today and, and pitched the brand to me. They gave me some samples. And this is one that I still have to try more. But just based on the sales pitch, like when we have some room on the shelf, I think this one might pop up there in that empty space. But yeah, right now, can't help you. But check back in dry January. Rating. Three and a half out of five. If it wasn't carbonated, I would enjoy it a lot more, and I realize that's a me thing, but it's my rating. But flavor-wise, it's fine. Above average, I would say. But then you get that artificial kind of lingering flavor, and yeah, so that bumps it down a little bit. 3.5 out of 5. This is the part where I typically say if you haven't had anything from High Pour, I definitely recommend you check out some of what they do. But this is the first thing I've had from High Pour. I have another beverage from them in the fridge. It is a 10 milligram pineapple margarita. What? I don't think I'm going to get to that tonight. I think I'm going to do that on next week's stream. But this is a brand that I'd like. Hey, maybe it was just a sales pitch, but I'm definitely interested, and it's almost like I want to like it. But we'll see what happens next week. As far as this goes, yeah, sure, I'm definitely willing to check out a little bit more of what they have to offer, but not 2.5 milligrams. I mean, because I kind of feel like no, that's inaccurate. Never mind. Yeah. Let me just say I have a little bit more faith in that pineapple margarita than I have after trying this right now. But yeah, no, I like what I've heard about this brand so far, and we'll see what happens. That's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. But don't go anywhere. That would be foolish. There is still a beer I am going to drink. Oh my goodness, I have. And why don't I gotta remember to keep doing this. All right, left room for that last beer. My logic is it's a lemonade and a blueberry lemon seltzer. The carbonation is going to die down a little bit because I'm pouring it into a still beverage. It's lemon and lemon, blueberry, and maybe the seltzer will cut down on the sweetness and sourness of the lemon. Let's see. Smells good. Yeah, that's super doable. That's like watered down lemonade. Yeah. Yeah, no. That's actually how I would prefer to drink. If I was going to do that, I would just get a 4-pack and a 4-pack and just combine them, honestly. No, this is a better beverage than either of them individually. And now I'm done with it. All right. Tunes, beer. Wrap it up. Cool. I realized I'm pretty sure I've done this one on stream already lately. But maybe I didn't. But I'm pretty sure I did. But I never remember anything after these streams, so come on. It would have been in the summer. Man, I've been doing this a while. 5 months ago. It was 5 months ago. July. I even remember when in the stream I drank it. It was at the end of the stream. Wasn't that night? Was it this night? No. I know I've had this one on stream before. Is it this night? No, wasn't that. No. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm not gonna waste anyone's time anymore than I already have until I scroll through this one. Now we're in Oktoberfest season now. Yeah, no. I know I've had this one on stream before, but I can't find the evidence, and I'm just gonna drink it anyway. Out of a Ship Bottom Blast, because Ship Bottom makes the absolute best blueberry wheat that I've ever had. But this one is from Ellicottville. It's a 4.8% blueberry wheat ale. And it's just called blueberry wheat ale. Looks about how you would expect a wheat ale to look on the nose. Blueberries and wheat. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it's not as blueberry forward as I would like. You get a lot more of the wheat. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a blueberry flavor there, but it's not like blowing you away. It's actually like you get it up front, but then it just kind of lingers, and it's very subtle, but it lingers after the sip. Yeah, definitely more wheat forward than blueberry. Blueberry flavor is nice. The blueberry flavor, there we go. Enunciate. What am I? The blueberry flavor is nice, but it's just not as intense as you would like it to be. I would like it to be. I don't know about you. Yeah, honestly, if you handed me this, and I just started drinking it, not knowing what it was, I wouldn't know it was a blueberry wheat outright. If I okay, let me if I didn't get a whiff of it and didn't get the aroma first, I would not know that this was a blueberry wheat. And as I say that and talk a little bit and taste buds acclimate, now the blueberry is coming through a little bit more. It's still not as intense as some other blueberry wheat ales that I've had that I absolutely love, but yeah, the blueberry's definitely popping up a little bit more. Sits medium on the palate, not thick at all. Very very easy drinking, very light, very low flavor intensity, not low, low to medium flavor intensity. Um, it's what you would expect out of a fruited wheat, honestly. Um, and the blueberry flavor, it's good. It's sufficient. It's good, but these ain't no Jersey blueberries. Just these ain't out of Hamilton, you know. Uh, and it's like Jersey tomatoes. You always know, you know. If you're not from Jersey, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, pretty good stuff. I would definitely, if I was not able to get Ship Bottom's blueberry wheat, this would definitely be a sufficient replacement. But I don't think I would get this as often. Yeah, that was confusing. Okay, so when Ship Bottom's when Ship Bottom's blueberry wheat comes out, that first month and a half, I go through a case. This I'm pretty sure is year round, and right there, there's no need for it to be like nobody's buying a blueberry wheat with a foot of snow on the ground. Um, well, I mean, I would, but like generally, that's not the way things would fall into place. But yeah, like this is one that like if I didn't have access to Ship Bottom's blueberry wheat, and this was the only blueberry wheat that was available to me, I would buy it here and there, maybe like once a month, if that. But with Ship Bottom's blueberry wheat, I go through about 2.5 cases every summer. So, um, yeah, so it obviously it's not stacking up. And I know I've reviewed this before, and I'm so curious as to what I rated it, but I don't want to go through months of streams and find it. So, oh wait. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. And while you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Instagram and YouTube. While you're at it, why don't you give my other channel a follow? BJ and DG Talk Wrestling on on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. If you've had this one or anything else from Ellicottville, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to try. Maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, we don't have this at Joking House in Marlton, but we do have Ship Bottom's blueberry wheat. Yeah. Ready. Three and a half out of five. It's not horrible. It's well above average. the flavor intensity, especially with the blueberries, could be a little bit more. Um, there's put it this way, it's not Ship Bottom's blueberry wheat. And by the way, if you're interested, we do have about a case of that left at Joke Now's in Marlton. I know I love that beer, and I wasn't done with it yet. So the last week it was available this year, I made sure I stocked up, and it was selling well. But then, I guess the cold weather and people don't want to drink blueberry wheats anymore. But if it's something that you might want to enjoy, yeah, man, like I said, come by Joke Now's in Marlton. We still have over a case left. As far as this one, it's not as good as Ship Bottoms, but if this were available to me and Ship Bottoms were not, A, I would gladly drink it, but B, it would only be maybe a fraction of the Ship Bottom blueberry wheat. Like, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. But hang out if you want. I will not be reviewing anything else tonight because I already reviewed all that. I have already reviewed all of that. Let's get the empty glasses or the partially empty glasses out here. Let's even throw in the cup of coffee I didn't finish. All right. Yeah. So it's been yeah. I have all this to finish. You can't see. It's low. I have that. Not finishing that. Might finish that. Definitely finishing that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit and drink some beer and maybe throw on some tunes. And yeah. So oh, I seem to have missed last beer. Uh oh, right back at you, bro. Cheers, go Birds, go Phils, go Flyers, go Sixers. Uh go home if you ain't from here. And and hey man, you have a great holiday. Oh, oh yeah, I just realized this will be my last stream before Christmas. Uh, yeah, I'll probably do a Christmas night stream. Yeah, we'll see though. Keep posted to the socials. I'll let y'all know. Um, yeah, lots of drink here. A lot of it I'm not gonna drink. Oh, Flyers play tonight. They do not. That's right. I missed them last night. What was last time? Tuesday. Right. I was on stream. Oh, so if no one has worked retail during the holiday season, and if you haven't worked retail during the holiday season, like, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. And if you haven't worked retail during the holiday season in a giant store, yeah. Um, this is just an idea. idea of how physically just exhausted I am, both sore and just tired. And so I don't know if you saw my post on social media last week, but I averaged this many. It's on my Instagram. I got some rest on Sunday, but since Sunday it's been 24,500, 27, almost 28,000, and 26, almost 27,000. So I'm averaging 9.5 miles this week, and that's with barely having moved Sunday. I know just walking alone, most people wouldn't understand where I'm coming from, but of everybody that uses the Samsung Health app, which there's got to be at least a dozen, I'm in the top 1%. Which I don't know, it's not an accomplishment. I'm just over here living my life. But like, I don't know, like just oh my god, like I'll need new hips by 50. I'll probably need new hips by 50, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll be rich by then because you guys will all like sub and like sub to my Patreon that I don't have yet and everything. And yeah, it'll be good. But I'll tell you what, like despite all of the aching and everything, like I'm having a blast doing it. That's all I was really getting at. But this time of year, it's rough. It's rough. December 23rd is notoriously like my biggest day for steps every year. And I already set a record the night before Thanksgiving. I walked 11 and a half miles. No, that's way off. 38,000 something steps. I forget how many miles it was. 11 and a half. No, that's like the average day. Oh, 18. It was 18 and a half. It was 18 and a half miles. Yeah. And I don't know. I forget what I was talking about, but I'm just going to finish this and be on my way. Just, pray for me to get through the next 8 days of retail hell. Well, don't pray. Don't do that. That would be pointless. But, like, send good vibes. I don't know. Whatever. Come in and beat up everyone who's making my life difficult. Whatever. What am I even talking about anymore? I must have got drunk somewhere along the line. But you know what? It's all worth it because when I limp out of that place and I make my way home and, quick change of clothes and everything for the next, not tomorrow night, but Friday and Saturday, I'm right back out the door and going to see some amazing wrestling. So it kind of makes me just forget about everything I have to go through to get there when I'm there and just enjoying yeah, you get man. Yeah, well, everybody, I guess I won't see you till Christmas. Maybe I'll do a Christmas Eve stream. I think I might do a Christmas Eve. But anyway, if I don't see you before the holiday, I hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday, no matter what you celebrate. I don't celebrate anything. I just celebrate whatever the people I care about celebrate. But that's just me. But not hating on anyone who celebrates anything. So, in this season of celebration, everybody should celebrate. And celebrate. And then celebrate some. I'll shut up now. Yeah, no. But I'll probably see you before Christmas. So, just, never mind all that. Um, Everybody have a wonderful week. Um, Whenever I see you, I see you. And yeah, enjoy whatever you do for the next week or so until I see you again. That's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. Cool. Come on. Come. There we go.